morning star and the sun. The sun hung high over the dusty Judean hills. By the swirling waters of the Jordan River, John stood waist-deep, his voice ringing out with strength as he called people to a new beginning. Beside him, his young helper Elias watched with admiration, handing dry cloths to those who had just been baptized. Suddenly, Silas, another disciple of John, rushed toward them from the path leading to the north. His face was flushed, and he looked worried. He pulled Elias aside, whispering urgently about a massive crowd gathering further up the river, away from their camp. Silas approached John as the prophet stepped out of the water to rest. "Teacher," Silas said, his voice trembling slightly, "the man you spoke about across the river, the one you pointed out to us. Everyone is going to him now. He is also baptizing, and our crowds are thinning out." Farther upstream, the atmosphere was different. Jesus stood among a vast multitude of people. His presence was like a warm, steady light. He wasn't competing for attention. He was simply being who he was meant to be. A man named Amos knelt before him, finding a peace he had never known. Back at John's camp, Elias felt a pang of sadness for his master. He loved John's fiery spirit and his dedication. "Master, don't you mind?" Elias asked softly, looking at the empty space where the crowds used to gather. "Shouldn't we try to bring them back? You were the first one here." John placed a steady hand on the boy's shoulder. "Think of a grand wedding, Elias," John said. "The friend of the groom stands and listens for him. He doesn't want the cheers for himself. When he finally hears the groom's voice, he is full of joy. That joy is mine now." John looked up at the sky where a single star was fading as the dawn turned into full morning. "I am not the Christ," John continued firmly. "I was only sent ahead to prepare the path. A morning star is bright, Elias, but its job is to fade when the sun finally rises to light the world." John turned back to Silas and the other disciples who had gathered around. His voice was steady and full of conviction. "He must increase," he declared, pointing toward the place where Jesus was, "but I must decrease." He wasn't losing a contest, he was finishing his race. Elias looked across the valley and saw the crowd surrounding Jesus in the distance. He realized that John wasn't sad because he was becoming less famous. He was happy because the truth had finally arrived.